Gordon, who's, tries to keep me on my toes, and said he hoped I would try to say something in review, but in today's talk maybe about the which I'm always talking about, the yogic shift, which I feel is necessary to a considerable degree for realizational practice. So he mentioned the shift from conceptuality to attentionality. And this really means a kind of shift in how you let the world into your senses, or how your senses are, how you locate the world in your senses so that your senses begin to reinforce that location. You have to bring attention to your experience of the world. And are you trying to take hold of the world, define the world? I mean, if you have a defining sense of the world, or trying to understand or define the world or feel it in memory, this is conceptuality. It's, we take such experiences as normal. Here's the world already there, already on the chessboard, and what are the pieces? But in the yogic world, the board is clear. There's nothing on the go board. Except the go board is empty, and the emptiness is part of the go board, part of the game. Yeah, so maybe if you feel, instead of defining, you can feel noticing. Again, of course, Hishiryo, noticing without thinking about. So you need to kind of put yourself in the experience of, am I defining, or am I just noticing and releasing? Noticing and releasing. And I'm trying to find, of course, always what I call to myself target words. In other words, words you can use as targets which affect how, shift how, if possible, how you are locating yourself in the world. And some target words, I would say, are also transitional words, transitioning words. They're words like here and now, which I mentioned this morning, spoke about it, so obvious, be here now, etc. But I mean, I find an amazing depth to each word if you begin to explore them. Because they're just words for you. It's your space, which is here. It's not anybody else's. It's, where are you? Oh, I'm just in front of your house. It's you who's in front of the house. And I'm here now. It's your now. It's not a generalization of now and you. It's your now. And how much is that you now and here yours, actually? They're like two wonderful gems given to us. But really, here and now are in English are kind of philosophical words, or something like that. But they're not experiential words. It's here and now, like coordinates on a map or something. So we'd have to say in English, here-ness. The experience of here is, as I often say, is here-ness. Here-ness. And now is a word for appearance and for a succession. So nounness would be a word, a target word, and a transitional word. Nounness would be a word for the experience of succession, of appearance. It's not just the chess pieces are out there. No, the go pieces aren't out there. When you put the go pieces down, it appears. And so engaged in, it's just hard for us because we're just built in, it's already there. It's not already there. So what I'm speaking about here is, in a way, everything is a kind of storage. Civilization depends on storage. You know, if you don't store wheat or rice in the east, or wheat in the west, you can't get through the winter. And once you start storing rice and wheat, you have to protect it, maintain the storage. And that leads to cities, and that leads to nations. So storage is we can look at the word storage and see it in everything. I mean, karma is a form of storage. It's storage of intentional acts or a storage of your accumulated experience. And you can have toxic storage or nourishing storage. And I think all of us have some degrees of toxic storage. So you sit down in Zazen and sort of toxic storage comes up. Or before you go to bed, you're trying to go to sleep and toxic storage comes up. Or perhaps how do you shift from toxic storage to nourishing experience? Well, how do you store a nourishing experience? Yeah. And you need to, practicing, you need to begin to feel the texture of toxic storage and feel the texture of nourishing storage and be able to make a decisional location, a decisional domain, a way in which you can make a decision about, oh, I don't need that toxic storage. But it comes up again. And if you just see it as toxic storage or nourishing storage and not as you're in a yogic world. It's just toxic storage. Bad things happen to you. So how do you start with like the Go board? There's no toxic storage on it. It's just no category experience, something like that. So sometimes I'm trying to find ways to speak about these things, and one way is writing something down, which kind of sounds like in the form of a poem. I don't know, but it's how sometimes things appear to me. So if I dare experiment with us. So the attentional shift is into now. But what now? We need to change now into a now caught in the trees. Caught, C-O-T, is a word for a bed. So maybe I could say we need to change now into a now bedded in the trees of here, bedded in the trees of here, because here can be unfolded and now can be stopped. Because now, there's philosophical now, there's scientific now, etc. There's clock time now. But now, it's our now, it's our experience, and our experience can be slowed down and stopped. So the nowness is not some inexorable, it's our experience. We need to change now into a now embedded in the trees of here, in the grass and dirt of here, into a here which hears. Stop, look, and listen. That's what we're taught as kids. I guess, I don't know, in German, you're driving a car, or you're walking to a street, and you stop, and you look, and you listen. So these things get built into us. And once you recognize, in wisdom and Buddhism, you recognize that your sensorial and mental apparatus is constructing the world right in front of you. Is that a mouse? Is that a wind? Is that the wind, or is that a mouse? You can just feel the construction happening, but we don't notice it unless you're a seeker and a practitioner. So you're moving and walking around in the world you're constructing all the time. And you're constructing now, and you're constructing here, and they belong to you. We need to change now into a now embedded in the trees of here and in the grass and dirt of here, into a here which hears. Stop, look, and listen. A God is coming. A car. Stop, look, and listen. A God is coming. No. A here is already here. And a now is here too. Now is a noun. Here should be a verb. Playing the flute and lute of here and now. Please listen. So that's my little. I don't know if it works in English for German speakers or it works in English for English speakers.